I got dreams so big, they uncomfortable when I talk about it. So we don't talk about it. I got dreams so big, they uncomfortable when I talk about it. So we don't talk about it. I got dreams you never dreamt about. Swear to God.
It's the first time we're meeting.
I know. That's crazy.
I think you got introduced to me through Wes. He posted something on IG back in the summer about like a friend Friday, and I was playing guitar.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw it, bro, and I was like, yo, this dude can fucking, he was doing fucking crazy melodic shit, and I was like, damn, this shit sound wavy as hell.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What compelled? I forget. Like, how did we? Because we have a song together now. We have something coming out.
Right.
How did we get to that point? I don't remember.
I feel like it was just a genuine collaboration. I feel like we were both working on our own separate things, and I know I was interested in getting you on the track, and I was currently like working on that and like listening to it.
Right.
And I purposely made it with like an open verse because I knew I wanted like that extra added to the song. And
Right.
bro, I listened to one of your IG joints when you was like singing and doing a joint, and I was like, yo, perfect. So I hit you up. I was like, yo, bro, you trying to get on one of my joints?
Yeah.
And I sent you the email, bro, and you was
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. I just had to stop doing the videos because I don't know how you feel about social media, but I got kind of caught up and like I gotta make this content so people and I was making like producer videos because that's what I was seeing, so that's what I was like, I figured might as well make those.
Right.
But that's not what I wanted to do.
Right.
I wanted to sing and stuff, and then people were like coming to my page looking at me producing stuff, and I was like, that's cool, but like I'm not trying to be anybody's producer.
Right.
So how do you feel about social media as an artist?
That's one of the things I find myself struggling with the most because naturally I am a very like closed off kind of person. I don't like sharing my business out like that.
Right.
And I realized as an artist that you kind of have to do that. So trying to find that healthy balance is kind of been a struggle for me. I don't post as often as I should.
Right.
You know what I mean? I find like maybe months or weeks where I go and I don't post anything. So social media for me it's good and bad. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can get caught up on social media so much where you're not focused on your own life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's one of my struggles that I really don't care for social media that much.
I'm thinking about it, and you may not be as consistent, but when you post stuff, like your no receipts post, the story that you had, that was dope, and I was like, oh, like stepping it up. And so like I feel like when you put stuff out, it makes people want to check it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like quality when you do put something out.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like to take time into the post. If I don't post frequently, I like to make sure when I do that it's gonna capture people and make them want to go listen to it and stuff like that. So
Right.
I do spend a lot of time in constructing and maybe too much time planning out. You know what I mean? How each post is gonna go.
You gotta plan it though.
Yeah, for sure.
If y'all haven't checked out an old friend's music, this is an old friend we met via social media. How'd you come up with the name An Old Friend?
Well, that's pretty crazy actually. So I used to go by Chill.
Chill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is kind of underground. Not many people know that.
Right.
Just for my personality, if you talk to people that know me, I'm a very chill, relaxed person. Like I said, I like to keep to myself, so I'm just mad chill. But when I decided to start putting music out, I was like, I need to have a name that relates to me that could connect with other people. So one day I was just sitting down and I was just like, how crazy would it be if someone was like, who you listen to? I'm listening to An Old Friend.
Yeah, because I think it was yesterday. I was thinking about the name and like questions I was gonna ask you, and like, oh, how do you come up with an old friend? And then I was like, if he was on a show or something, and like, here comes an old friend. It's just it just sounds like familiar.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like people that come in and out of my life. You know what I mean? People that I become friends with and leave. You know what I mean? Like, and still follow me like that. People in Clayton and stuff like that. Shout out Clayton. It'll be kind of like that familiar thing. You know?
Right.
Like, oh, an old friend. Like, I'm really an old friend. I like to be personal when I'm talking to people. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I just thought that would be the ideal name.
That's
to go with. Yeah.
that's dope. And you're talking about your past relationships and like hometown, and I feel like that's really present in a lot of your music. Off your, I guess it's your latest EP, your latest project, Born to Lose.
Oh, yeah, first project ever, actually.
First project ever?
Yeah.
Latest and the first.
Yeah.
Born to Lose. Hometown is probably my favorite joint.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because it's just, all your music is wildly real. Like, you can listen to the vibe and just, like, a lot of people who listen to hip hop today just like chill with the instrumental and like vibe out to that. But if you listen to your lyricism, I was listening to it, I forget who it was the other day, but there was a lot of wordplay, but it was empty.
Wow.
Your wordplay has like relevance into what you're trying to say. And so, who are some of your influences to keep it like that real?
Well, one of my biggest influences for music still to this day is Cudi. And anytime I listen to a Cudi song, or I remember back in the day when I was listening, like his was always so real. No matter how happy or depressing it might have sounded, like to Cudi it was real, and for me it was real. I mean, I felt the emotion and the passion behind it. So I think a lot of where I get that from is Cudi. You know what I mean? I might not sound like him, which I'm not trying to sound like him.
Right.
But just having that real aspect about my music is something I wanted to go for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, having that emptiness in the music, I find that when I'm listening to other artists, like in the game or not in the game, you know what I mean? Like some people are just saying words to say words.
Right.
And I want every word to impact you.
Yeah. I got caught up doing that for a while. Trying to when I was trying to find my sound. I only feel like I recently just found my sound.
Really?
Yeah. But trying to find it, like I would make the sound like, oh, does it sound like this person? Like, would people like this? It was never what I like it. Do I feel like it's like impactful?
Right.
It was like, would other people like this? And so then when I would write, it'd be like, oh, would other people like other people? Then I like finally over the summer and just like as I grew into who I am as a person and realized who I was as a person, I think that was when like I was able to write a song like Too Long, or like some more stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, Too Long crazy too.
Appreciate
That shit's dope. That shit's dope.
So Cudi is one of your favorites. Who else would you say was your biggest influence / favorite artist?
Definitely like 50 Cent was one of my joints. I remember bumping the CD back in the day. Another artist that just kept it real. You know what I mean? I wasn't necessarily living the lifestyle that 50 Cent was, obviously, but I could feel the raw emotion behind it.
Right.
So that's what kind of connected to me. And the songs that he would make too. You know what I mean? He had like a lot of melodic joints that were like kind of my joints. You know what I mean? So 50 Cent, and then obviously like today, like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, very lyrical, and people that I like to study and kind of grow behind, you know?
Yeah, you can't run from your demons when you live in hell. Trying to lead the pack but never leave a trail. Now I'm making waves, trying to pave the way. If I'm an old friend, please don't call me Ray.
What was the inspiration for that song?
Honestly, like I heard the beat and I immediately wrote the first verse in like maybe like 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, I heard the beat and I was like instantly like inspired on some shit.
Is that how your process usually works?
Yeah, every time. I usually go with the natural feeling. You know what I mean? So if I feel like it's getting overplayed, or if I feel like I'm forcing myself to come up with an idea,
Gotta
gotta
Yeah.
instantly find the next beat or like move on.
Right.
Because if it's not natural, I feel like if I don't think so, then I don't think everybody else will.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it kind of like when you were talking earlier about focusing on what other people think about. Honestly, like that still crosses my mind when I think of music.
Right.
I'd be alive if I said it did. You know what I mean? So obviously, I still like to keep my own kind of sound behind it, but obviously in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, okay, man, is people gonna like this or whatever? So, but as soon as I heard that beat,
Yeah. And do you do any of your own production, or do you mostly find your stuff online?
for beats, online.
Okay. And then you do your vocals here?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I record my vocals in house and I mix and master everything.
Really?
Yeah. So
How'd you learn to mix and master?
Self-taught and low-key YouTube videos. Just watching hella tutorials and figuring out what goes best with my sound and my voice, and making that work.
Right.
I never really had like excess money to spend on like engineers or anything like that. So trying to do it myself is, I figured, would be the best way to save money, grow as an artist, and like you can't beat, you know what I mean, what you know. Crazy story. Me and Jay spent like I want to say like $600 or $700 on like 8 hours studio time.
Really?
Right. So it was our first time ever being to a studio. We recorded 2 songs there, and we had the guy mix and master them. Wasn't the product that we wanted.
Right.
And I think that just kind of put it in perspective for me. Like, nobody's gonna get it the way I want it to sound, like me. You know what I mean? So,
And I feel like working with your own voice in that kind of way helps you as an artist determine what kind of sound you want. So when you are in a position where like producers are coming to you and like you're being exposed or given these opportunities to not have to pay for the studio time necessarily, and then bringing you in, you can be like, yeah, this, like, tweak this right here. Like, it helps when you know what you want.
exactly.
Henny, I don't have a taste for crown now. Tired of wasting time with people who just cross the line. You can waste yours, but I'll be damned if you waste mine.
You mentioned Jay.
Yeah.
How'd you and Jay meet?
Well, me and Jay know each other for like crazy. I met homie back in elementary school.
Really?
Right? He moved here from England.
Back in Clayton?
Yeah, back in Clayton. He moved here from England, overseas. So we was like tight in elementary school. Didn't see him at all in middle school or at all high school.
Right.
And then I think he came back like one weekend from, he was going to UNC back then. And we both figured out we both made music, and then ever since then, it's been Murder, She Wrote.
That's tight.
Yeah.
So what role do y'all play in the whole making music together?
So we go by a collective known as Chill Tribe.
Chill Tribe, okay.
So when we put, it's kind of like our label, I guess. When we make music together, that's our name. We go by as Chill Tribe.
Right.
So we've had a lot of discussions on how we're gonna approach it and stuff like that, and we figured the best way is to come up as independent artists, but make music collectively.
Right.
If that makes sense.
So yeah, kind of like an odd future.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, me and Jay, our music relation is it's pretty crazy because we have the same taste in music as far as what we like to listen to, what we think sounds good, and just the general vibe. Like, the connections there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's dope. What's your favorite release?
My favorite release probably would have to be Mask.
Nice.
Just because that was like the first song where I felt like I was finding myself, and it gave me the motivation to make everything else after that.
That's dope.
So yeah, Mask on SoundCloud. I don't think. It's on.
I listened to it today. Yeah.
Word. Yeah, it's on everything. So yeah, that's definitely one of my standout tracks for me. You know, for sure.
That's it.
What if my Henny no longer mask all my problems? What if my Henny no longer mask all my problems? Why the drugs always take hold of the wrong ones? If you not mentally stable, shouldn't do none. I know it's easier said than done, I guess for some. My favorite rapper back in 03 used to hold the strap. Used to think that shit was cool, but now I see the facts. Until you had your